In 2026, the shadows of Cold War-era military design continue to echo through modern arsenals. Few weapons systems illustrate this better than Russia's KH-55, an aging yet potent symbol of strategic air-launched nuclear capability. Originally developed in the 1970s and entering service in the early 1980s, the KH-55 was once a technological marvel, a direct response to American cruise missile advancements like the AGM-86 ALCM. Today, despite its age, this missile remains an active component in Russia's strategic inventory, modernized in several variants and repurposed for multiple missions. But what does the continued use of the KH-55 say about the evolving nature of nuclear deterrence and long-range strike capability in 2026? This is Motor Authority, and today we dive deep into the legacy, design, and enduring relevance of the KH-55 cruise missile. The KH-55, known in NATO terminology as the AS-15A Kent, was conceived during a period of heightened tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. At the time, the USSR realized the need for a missile that could be launched from a strategic bomber and strike targets thousands of kilometers away with pinpoint accuracy without risking the aircraft or the crew. The design challenge was immense, and yet the Soviets pulled it off. At its core, the KH-55 is a subsonic, turbofan-powered cruise missile. It is powered by a small R-95-300 turbofan engine, which gives it an impressive range of approximately 2,500 kilometers, well beyond the reach of many air defenses of the 1980s. Its guidance system was a combination of inertial navigation and terrain contour matching, or TERCOM, allowing the missile to fly at low altitudes and evade radar detection. Its warhead, a nuclear payload with a yield of approximately 200 kilotons, are enough to obliterate a city. Fast forward to 2026. While more advanced missiles like the KH-101 and KH-102 have entered service, the KH-55 remains part of the conversation, particularly among Russia's older bomber fleets like the Tu-95 Ms. These bombers, iconic symbols of Russian air power, have been adapted to carry both legacy KH-55s and their modernized variants. Why keep using a missile design that is over 4 decades old? The answer lies in doctrine, logistics, and the nature of strategic deterrence. From a logistical standpoint, Russia maintains a vast stockpile of KH-55s and its conventional variant, the KH-555. Many of these older missiles have been refurbished or modified for training, deterrence signaling, and, in some cases, actual combat deployment with conventional warheads. During the Russian operations in Ukraine over the past few years, there have been verified reports of KH-55s being used with dummy or conventional warheads to confuse and overwhelm Ukrainian air defense systems. These decoy strategies leverage the radar signature and flight profile of the KH-55 to create misdirection, drawing interceptors away from more valuable targets like the KH-101. There is also a darker narrative to the KH-55's persistence in Russian service. In 2022, reports emerged that several KH-55s were exported or proliferated during the chaotic years following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Some ended up in unauthorized hands, including in Iran. While these were reportedly delivered without nuclear warheads, the mere presence of such missiles in foreign inventories raised alarms in Western defense circles. By 2026, however, the role of the KH-55 is more nuanced. Russia's military modernization programs have emphasized strategic depth, survivability, and redundancy. In that context, older systems like the KH-55 serve as expendable assets that still carry significant threat value. while they may not match the stealth or precision of newer platforms, their range and payload make them credible even today. We must also understand how these missiles are deployed. A standard loadout on a Tu-95 bomber can include 6 internally stored KH-55s, with the possibility of additional missiles on wing-mounted pylons. In a large-scale nuclear exchange, an unthinkable scenario but still a planning requirement, dozens of these missiles could be launched in a single sortie, flooding enemy defenses with sheer volume. Interestingly, in 2026, arms control discussions have stalled. With the expiration of New START and no successor treaty in sight, transparency between Russia and the United States is at its lowest since the 1980s. In this environment, legacy weapons like the KH-55 take on renewed importance, not necessarily because they will be used, but because their existence adds ambiguity. Strategic bombers loaded with such missiles can be dispersed, go on patrol, or be used in exercises to send clear political signals. On the technical side, efforts have been made to improve the missile's reliability. Although the KH-55 was originally designed with 1980s electronics, some variants have been upgraded with digital navigation systems, enhanced jamming resistance, and even satellite navigation assistance. These modifications are especially useful for the conventional KH-555, which Russia has used in precision strike roles against fortified targets in Syria and Ukraine. But the truth is, the KH-55 is a dinosaur. Its airframe is large, its speed is modest, and its guidance, while effective in its time, is increasingly susceptible to electronic warfare and modern air defense systems. If Russia were to face off against NATO or another peer adversary, the chances of a KH-55 surviving to target would be slimmer unless deployed in overwhelming numbers or as part of a decoy swarm. Still, in the world of nuclear deterrence, survivability is only part of the equation. The mere ability to launch such a missile, to keep adversaries guessing, and to force them to consider every possibility, that's what gives the KH-55 its lingering power. 2026 may be a time of hypersonics, AI-assisted drones, and space-based surveillance, but it's also a time when old tools remain useful, especially when the geopolitical climate is as uncertain as it is now. For Russia, the KH-55 is more than just a missile. It's a symbol. A reminder of superpower status. A lever in diplomacy. And a weapon that, despite its age, still casts a long shadow across the global strategic landscape. Thanks for watching. This has been Motor Authority. If you found this video insightful, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more deep dives into military tech, aerospace engineering, and the machines that shape our world.